Assalamu alaikum and good day, everyone. Welcome to our podcast episode entitled Mind Over Muscle, where we will casually talk about sports psychology. We are not experts in this field yet, but today we simply want to share our thoughts, ideas, and the little knowledge we have learned about how sports psychology connects to sports and athletes. For today's episode, we will discuss what sports psychology is, what knowledge we want to share with viewers, and what specific areas interest us the most, and lastly, athletes who use sports psychology. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Emerjan Enriquez.
I am John V. de los Reyes.
And I'm Irish Melody Bidelaforta. Thank you for joining us today.
Alright, so to start our discussion, when I first heard the term sports psychology, I honestly thought it was only about motivating athletes before competitions. But as I learned more, I realized it is much deeper than that. Sports psychology focuses on how mental and emotional factors affect sports performance. It studies confidence, motivation, focus, pressure, anxiety, stress, and mental health in general. I think it's important because athletes are not robots. Even if they train physically every day, their performance can still be affected mentally.
I agree with that. I also realized that sports psychology is not only for professional athletes. Students, dancers, performers, and even ordinary people can relate to it because everyone experiences stress and pressure, right? One thing I learned is that athletes also struggle mentally. Sometimes we only see the medals and trophies, but we don't see the pressure behind their training and competitions.
And honestly, I think mental preparation is sometimes as important as physical preparation. For example, an athlete may be physically strong, but if they lose confidence during the competition, their performance can suddenly drop. So that is why many coaches today also focus on the athlete's mindset and then the emotional condition.
Yes, and I noticed that confidence really changes performance. When athletes become or believe in themselves, they perform better, right? But when they become nervous or overthink too much, mistakes really happen. So for me, sports psychology helps athletes stay calm, focused, and mentally strong.
One thing I want to share with the viewers is that mental health matters in sports. In the past, many people believe athletes should always stay strong and never show emotions. But now, people are becoming more aware that athletes also experience stress, burnout, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion. I think conversations like this about mental health in sports are very important.
Yes, that's true. I also learned about visualization. It's when athletes imagine themselves performing successfully before the actual competition. For example, basketball players imagine finishing or doing successful shots, while runners imagine themselves finishing the race strongly. I think this technique helps improve confidence and focus.
There's also a positive self-talk. Instead of saying negative things like I cannot do this, athletes train themselves to say positive things or statements like I am prepared for this or I can do this. And honestly, I think this can also help them during exams, reporting, or presentations.
Another thing I learned is breathing and relaxation techniques. Mhm. Yes, because when athletes feel nervous, they use breathing exercise to calm themselves. Like me, I use also like that. And honestly, many of us probably do this before speaking in front of people as well. Yeah.
And also, just to add, have you ever experienced pressure before a performance, reporting, or even competition?
Of course, yes, especially during reporting or competitions, right? Sometimes I overthink and become nervous, and I guess that's normal.
Yeah, same here. Even simple classroom presentations can feel, stressful sometimes.
I think that's why mental preparation is important, not only physical preparation.
And sometimes confidence really changes our performance.
The area of sports psychology that interests me the most is motivation. I find it interesting how athletes stay motivated even after injuries, failures, or losses. So honestly, if I were in this situation, I think it would be very difficult to continue training after failing many times.
For me, the most interesting area is anxiety and pressure management. I'm curious about how athletes remain calm even when thousands of people are watching them. Imagine playing in a championship game while many people are expecting you to win. That's pressure must be mentally exhausting.
As for me, I'm interested in confidence and mental toughness. I noticed that some athletes are not only physically talented, but also mentally strong. But even if they fail once, they quickly recover and continue on improving. I think mental toughness is important, not only in sports, but also in everyday life.
For me, I'm interested in teamwork and communication. In team sports, trust and communication are very important, right? Sometimes team lose not because of lack of skill, but because of misunderstanding or poor teamwork.
If you were an athlete, what mental challenge do you think would affect you the most?
Yeah, for me, probably fear of failure.
I think pressure from expectations.
And maybe criticism from social media or other people.
That's true because athletes today receive many comments online.
All right. Now, do you think social media affects athletes mentally?
Yes, definitely. Athletes receive both positive and negative comments online, and sometimes even one negative comment can affect their confidence and even their performance.
Yeah, I agree. I think dealing with public pressure is one of the hardest parts of being an athlete today.
And sometimes fans expect athletes to always win, forgetting that athletes are also human too, right? Mhm.
That's why mental health awareness in sport is becoming more important.
Okay, one athlete I know who openly talked about mental health is Simon Biles. She became very popular not only because of her talent, but also because she prioritized her mental health during competitions. I think she helped many people understand that mental health is important even for elite athletes, right?
I also know Michael Jordan. As we all know, he was known for his confidence, focus, and mental toughness during basketball games. Many people believe his mindset was one of the reasons for his success.
And also, one of my idols in tennis, another athlete, is Mr. Novak Djokovic. He practices meditation, breathing exercises, and mental conditioning to improve focus during matches. And honestly, tennis looks very mentally exhausting because players need concentration throughout the game.
And I also heard about Naomi Osaka discussing mental health struggles. She became one of the athletes who encouraged conversations about pressure and emotional well being in sports. So I think athletes like her inspire people to take mental health seriously.
Even though we are not professional athletes, I think we also experience situations related to sports psychology.
Yes, like during competitions, reporting, or even exams.
I remember feeling nervous before presenting in class. Yeah. I was prepared, but because I was overthinking, I suddenly forgot some parts.
Oh, same here. That's why confidence and mental preparation are really important.
And I think sports psychology teaches us that mindset can really affect performance.
Now, what do you usually do to motivate yourself when you feel tired or pressured?
For me, I rest first and remind myself why I started.
Oh, that's actually a very good question. Me, I try to stay positive and avoid overthinking.
I also talk to friends sometimes because supports from others help a lot, right?
Yeah, that's true. Motivation and support systems are very important.
So, do you think sports psychology should also be taught to students and non-athletes?
Yes, definitely. I think everyone experiences stress and pressure, not only the athletes.
Yeah, I agree. Even in school, confidence and mindset affect performance.
And I think emotional control and motivation can help people in everyday life.
Yes, that's true. Sports psychology may focus on athletes, but many lessons can also apply outside sports. Now, if you were a professional athlete, what sport would you choose?
I think basketball because I enjoy team
Yeah,
sports.
I agree. For me, I think maybe volleyball or badminton.
I'd probably choose tennis, even though it looks mentally exhausting.
Yeah, honestly, after learning about sports psychology, I just realized that athletes go through a lot mentally.
Yes, and I gained more respect for athletes because mental strength is also very important.
So, overall, we learned about sports psychology is not only about sports performance, but also about mental health, confidence, motivation, emotional control, and mindset.
We may not know everything yet, but this discussion helped us better understand the mental side of sports.
And we hope our viewers also learned something from our casual discussion today.
Right, we've come to the end of our podcast. Once again, thank you very much for listening to our podcast episode. Please support our video by liking, sharing, and commenting your thoughts about sports psychology. And don't forget to share this podcast with your friends and invite them to watch on our YouTube channel or Facebook page.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
everyone.
everyone,
Goodbye.
and goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone.